In this video, we're going to talk about some of the beginning definitions in a geometry course. Please like and subscribe for more math help. First thing, a point. A point is always, of course, just represented with like a dot like that, and given in geometry usually a letter. Let me make a better letter. Like this, like an A or B, or we name them. The thing with a point is it is a location in either a plane or in space or on a number line or something. It has no size. It doesn't represent, we don't use different size points, things like that. All it is it tells us a location. And think about in your algebra courses, points are usually given, as like an X and a Y, something like that. It just tells us where something is located. Now, a line is represented, of course, looks something like this. And sometimes you'll see that points are on the line, and we say, okay, this line is known as line AB. And we put this little thing above it to show that it goes on. It's got arrows on both ends. It goes on forever. This line could also be written as BA because it does go on forever, and those 2 points are on it. Sometimes you'll also see lines written with like a lowercase letter, like I'll be very creative here and say, oh, this is line L, kind of like a cursive L. Okay? So that's a line. Goes on forever, both directions, and again, we name it either with a lowercase letter or with points that are on it. Now, a plane, well, this is kind of hard to draw. This is a flat, like three-dimensional surface. Picture like a giant piece of paper, okay, or tag board or something like that. It goes on in every direction. This requires 3 points because 2 points might make a line. Once we have 2 points, we can draw a line through it, but we need 3 points in order to figure out what the equation of a plane is. And typically, we'll have kind of these like A, B, C, and we'll say, okay, so, it's this three-dimensional plane that kind of crosses through, with these points all on it type of thing. And we'll name it plane A, B, C, like that. Now, if points are collinear, that simply means they all lie on one line. Right? So if I go back up here and I like added another point to this line C, I'd say, oh, A, B are collinear, A, C are collinear, B, C are collinear, because they all lie on the same line together. Now, if things are coplanar, these are all points, but also lines that are on the same plane. Okay, so that co just means they're all on the same thing together. Now, a segment is, it kind of resembles a line, but instead of going on forever in either direction, it has a start and end point. I'll go A, B again. And typically how we write this is we put like that A, B and the line above it, but we don't have the arrows because it doesn't go on forever. A is an endpoint, B is an endpoint. Of course, this could also be written this way, like that. Okay, but so a segment is just like a piece of a line, but it has endpoints. Now, array is basically, it has a point and then maybe another point, but one of the points is an endpoint. So it maybe looks something like this. It goes on forever. So if we said, okay, A, B, well, we'd write this as A, B, and we put the line above again, but we use the arrow on the B side to indicate it's going on forever in the B direction. Okay, but A is an endpoint, so it does not have that arrow. Okay, so this is really important. The lines, the segments, the rays, just our notation. That arrow just indicates which way are we, which way is it going on towards infinity, going on forever. Okay, and finally, opposite rays. So let's do something like this. Put a point in the middle, and then we'll have our typical A and B like this. And we'll say, okay, we're going off like this and like this. Well, the ray that goes from C to A, and again, I'm going to put the arrow like this because A is going off towards infinity, and the arrow that goes from C to B, I'm going to put the arrow like this, going off to infinity on B, those are considered opposite rays. The reason is they have got the same starting point, the same end, the part that's an end, and then they go off towards another point. They have a shared end point, and then they go off in another direction. So again, these are just some basic definitions, so we have the language down so we can start talking about our angles and shapes in geometry. Again, like and subscribe for more.